Hi, my name is Greg Smith. My wife is Stephanie, and we have 4 kids, Samuel, Charlotte, Madison, and Carter. They are 9, 6, 4, and 2. Completely have our hands full, but my wife is back home with them as I'm recording this, and we've been coming here to Adventure for just about 4 years or a little more. Going back about 10 years ago, there was a time in our businesses and our life where we were getting more and more into the Word and really starting to understand you can't just pick and choose which pieces of the Word you want to agree with or adhere to. And we had this kind of revelation where, everything that we wanted or asked for was something that came from God. Everything that we have, comes from God. And therefore, we're stewards of those things. And we really started to learn that money should be viewed as a tool, of what it can do for God and God's kingdom and God's storehouse. And we kind of dove into that and really realized that if we weren't grateful for that which we already had, and we weren't good stewards of that which we already had, then why would God bless us with more? And for us, it was really it started as a discipline and just adhering to what God says, but then it became really something more of a joy in watching what it does. And it became exciting to give after that point, but it was definitely a major, fearful shift that we had to break through. And I think that's kind of the purpose of the way it's set up, is breaking through that and then showing God that you trust Him with His resources. For us, it's been really exciting to see what it does. Originally, kind of when we first started giving, we would give to certain things that we didn't really see the end product, right? It was just kind of, you gave somewhere and you really didn't know where it went or what it did. And what's been really cool is, after you kind of take ownership of that and you realize that where your money goes is an extension of you into God's kingdom and what that does for the kingdom. When you really look at giving to the storehouse and anything and everything that's going to further heaven on earth, and God's word and the mission. So how have we seen, God's blessing in our life? It's been interesting because not that there is a piece that's human nature when you read the word that says, if you give, I will bless you, tenfold. And so it's very human nature to just give to hope that you receive, but we've gotten past that. But it's been amazing to see that the more that we give, the less we have to worry about. And it's been really wild because I almost have forgotten what it's like to worry about paying a small bill or, with gas prices being what they are, I don't look there. So financially wise, we've been blessed financially. God what He says would come true has came true. But also I think that it carries over into different areas of your life where if money has your heart and has control of you, it's an outside source of chains, and shackles. And where once you can release from that, you're no longer emotionally driven or fighting in your household about money when you realize that the money that you have or the things that you have are God's. What I would say to somebody who is in the place where they aren't sure if they should give, or maybe they look at their situation and don't know how. I think that's usually, I don't think it's normally somebody who doesn't want to give. It's somebody that says, well, how do I give? Because I don't have enough money to give, or how do I still pay for my bills? But I think it's really a step of faith that you just have to trust God. And in trusting God, He will provide. I mean, that is what the word says, to where if you take that action step, and I think that's one of the biggest action steps that any believer can take, is saying, hey, this is my money, that you think it's yours, but it's not. But it's like, I'm giving back to you what you have given to me, and God will take care of the rest. And that's really the key, is just having faith and being bold and taking that step of action and faith. And you'll be blessed because of it.